Hi, this is Katrina Cross from Woodrow Handcrafts, and in today's tutorial we're going to be working with the Simple Cut software. We're going to create an embroidery design in an applique format. So we're going to go ahead and open up the program, and then we're going to create the new and press next. So on this page now, it's asking us which techniques we want to use. And what we want to do is, because we're creating an embroidery design, we want to make sure we've got not only the cut, but the embroidery selected as well. So once we've got that selected, we're then going to select Next. So now it's going to ask us what fabric we want to use. Because we're creating an embroidery design, we need to tell our software what we're going to embroider it onto. For the purpose of this tutorial, we created a tablecloth. So we used our standard woven fabric. And now we need to select Next. So our next task is to select our artwork. And for this tutorial, we used one of the artworks that comes with the software. So we need to now go and select that artwork. So we're going to select on the little icon up here, which is going to take us through to where our artwork is. So this folder here is the Creative Draw Simple Cut Samples, and this folder comes with the software, and it has a whole series of artworks that you can use to create your different designs in. Now we're going to scroll through until we find our artwork that we want. For this one, we used the ASC 0088. Once we've selected it, we can now press open and go back into our main screen. Now we need to tell our software which hoop that we wish to use for our embroidery pattern. So you can see here that if you hit your little drop down toolbar, you can see a whole series of different hoop sizes and machines that this software supports. So for today's tutorial, we have decided to use the Janome 230 by 230 hoop. So we're going to use the SQ23 hoop for the 15,000. So the final step on this page is to select our cutter map. We're going to use the 12 by 12 inch map. So we select that one and then we press Next. So this page now shows us all the areas that we have in our design that the different colors are formatted in. So you can see with this one that it's coming up with 6 separate colors to the design. So you can go through and adjust that if you really want to, but we're just happy with the way that it's set. So we're just going to press Finish now. So now you can see the design is sitting in the middle of the hoop here on the screen in front of us. You can also see the mat for the cutter is underneath as well. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to go up and we're going to press Edit. And now we're going to go through in the toolbar and press Select All. Okay, so now that we've got the complete design selected and it's grouped all, we're going to go up here and in the Scale X we're going to change it to 200%. We want to check that we've got our proportional ticked as well. And we complete this task by pressing Enter. We can now click off the image so that we don't have any of the design selected. The next task is we're going to go through and delete some of the aspects of this design that we don't want to keep. So we're going to start with the pink flower and we're going to select the dark pink area in the middle there. We're going to hold down the Control on our keyboard now and move around and select all these dark pink areas, so we select them all together. Once we've got them all selected, we can then go ahead and delete it out of our pattern. We also want to go through and delete this dark pink area behind the flower as well. So we only want the flower to be one-dimensional. Go ahead and select the dark purple area in the flower now. Hold down the Control key again and move around until you've got all the dark centerpiece of the flower selected. Got it selected, you can now delete it. Go ahead and select the dark purple background behind the flower. Delete that one as well. Control and select the inner part of the second purple flower. Go ahead and delete that part of the design too. Dark purple part of the flower. And delete it. Select the green part of the design. Hold down your Control key. Continue working around the design until you have all the green areas selected. The applique tool in the object properties. Make sure you have the default fixing selected and change the stitch selection from an E stitch to a zigzag stitch. Fabric trim. Change the setting from during embroidery to a pre-cut. Now we're going to change our cutter presets. This is when we tell the cutter what fabric we want to cut with. Click down the menu bar and select Fabric backed with fusible webbing. This is fusible webbing refers to things like visor fix, can be called other things like easy bond, heat bond, that type of thing. Now we want to go through and we want to select our purple flower. Hold down the Control and select the second flower. This will allow us to edit the two flowers together. And we want to select our applique menu again. Select the default fixing. Change from the E stitch to the zigzag stitch. Trim. Change from during embroidery to a pre-cut. Select our fabric backed with fusible webbing. Applique. Default fixing. Zigzag stitch. Select fabric trim. To a pre-cut. fabric with the fusible webbing. Now click off the pink flower, so we have nothing selected. Select the yellow center of the flower. Scroll key down and select all three centers. Select applique from the list. Stitch, trim, recut. With fusible webbing. Click on the File toolbar to export and export to editor. And select View from the toolbar. From that drop-down toolbar, now select the Preview 3D icon. What this will do will change the image on the screen so that the actual stitches look three-dimensional. Now we're going to go through and tidy up our design. So you can see on the screen here there's a whole series of stitches that we don't want in our design. So we're going to click on the little node and delete that node. In the nodes until there are not any left that are out of place. Selection and delete these nodes. Working around the design. On the right hand side of the screen, you'll see the sequence viewer. We want to go through and we want to select the first one in the list there. You'll see that it's the purple flower. So go ahead and select that. And when it's selected, you'll see that there's a blue sort of blocks on the side there. Now select the frame in and out command from the top list of icons. The frame in and out command, what it actually does is it's a command that you add to your applique design so that when you're stitching it out, the embroidery machine will actually have a command that brings the hoop in and out of the machine so it's easier to take off. Okay, so when this icon comes up, it's just to indicate that we've made changes to our design from the previous. What we want to do is we want to select no, so we don't actually reset those changes that we've made. So now we're going to select our next outline piece of embroidery from the sequence drawer on the right hand side of our screen. When this opens up, you'll see that there's two pieces in the design. There's the top stitching to finish the applique off, and then there's the second part of stitching, which is the stitch outline for where you want to put your applique down. And the stitch outline one is the one that we want to select. Go ahead and select the in and out command for this one as well. And we always want to press no. We do not want to change the changes that we've already made. We want to keep what we've changed. Continue working in the sequence drawer until you've gone through and you've added a in and out sequence to all the applique outline pieces. Once we've added our in and out command to all our pieces, we're then going to go up to File and we're going to select Save. We're now naming our new piece of embroidery we've created. And we want to select the format that matches our machine. So if you've got the Janome, you go for the Jeff format. Make sure you select your Janome settings. And when it's finished saving, it will come up with the little icon and show you how many stitches that your design actually has in it. And that's how you create the design.